Alright, what is up guys? Luke here. I'm back with more Pokemon content. I'm joining a draft league. It's called CMM, short for Chewy Muffin Mania. This is a Paldea Dex DLC 2 draft league. I'm going to try to make videos of my games, so I just want to do a quick, to get back into it, I'm going to do a quick draft overview and show you guys what I have. To give a quick first overview, this is what we're working with for our team. We've got a Sneasler, Rillaboom. You guys can see them. I'll go through them one at a time. I'm not going to say every single one. Okay, starting off. Also, Stellar Terra type means that they're not a Terra Captain. I have 3 Terra Captains. You'll see them later. Starting off, I came in as a sub, so I was able to make 2 picks immediately. Immediately, I noticed that Sneasler and Rillaboom were open, so I immediately went for that Unburden Grassy Seed plus Grassy Surge combo. I love Dire Claw. I think it's really helpful to get those lucky procs, even on things that resist it. Sneasler is just excellent. It's in Ubers right now for a reason. You have Rillaboom, even with the nerfed Grassy Glide, it still is an excellent Pokemon. I really like those heavy wood hammers in the grassy terrain. It's a very strong, high power move with a super high attack stat. So, Rillaboom will be excellent. Next up, Gudra Hizui, who I have not gotten to use yet. This is DLC 2. I don't believe I have any Pokemon from DLC 2 in this draft, but I'm very excited to use some new Pokemon to me, such as Gudra Hizui. It's an amazing typing. I really wanted, I wanted Archaludon, so I was gonna have something from a DLC, but it was taken, so I went with another favorite Steel Dragon, Gudra Hizui. These stats are just ridiculously good. It's shocking to me that this was only 13 points, and out of the highest, most expensive Pokemon were 19, so that really says something about how much of a steal this was. It's got great moves. It's got everything for coverage you could ever want. It's got knockoff, which is neat. They took away Power Whip, which was interesting. I'm playing against a Swampert week 1, so I was kind of hoping I was going to have access to that Power Whip, but I'll make do. Next up, I needed a fairy to complement this Steel Dragon typing. I was going to go Primarina, but it was sniped literally the turn right before. We've got, this is the league. I can show you guys the draft board real quick. Primarina 13, same as Hizui and Gudra. It was both amazing deals, I thought. You've got things above it like Ogerpon Wellspring 15. I don't know, that was probably a little bit too much for it. But am I gonna keep this song going? We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so went with Azumarill, also an excellent Pokemon. It's got, I think they gave it knockoff in DLC, which is excellent. Powerful play roughs off of that massive, huge power. I love his massive attack. It gets up to high 300s, which is super cool. From there, I was thinking, so I love Rotom forms of all kinds, and I wanted something that would complement my grass and water Pokemon, such as a fire type. And if I could nab a fire and electric type that wasn't going to add a ground weakness, I was going to go for that. So I grabbed a Rotom. I really wanted this to be a Terra Captain, but it didn't quite work out because of points restrictions. But I love Rotom. They didn't give it anything new in the DLC, but it's so versatile. These stats are so optimized, and you can go Specs, and it's suddenly the most powerful special attack you've ever seen. You can go Scarf, and suddenly it's outspeeding your Dragapult and killing you back with I don't know, probably not killing with Dragapult, but I like Rotom. He is gonna be cool. Next up is my first Terra Captain, Braviary Hizui, an amazing Pokemon. It's amazing that I was able to secure the Terra Captain status on this because I have access to Terra Flying, Psychic, and Fairy I opted for, which is an excellent typing, full stop. Its signature move, Esper Wing, always raises its speed. Ooh, good song, but a little loud. Yeah, great Pokemon. It's still got like close combat from before. It's got Hurricane, Rock Slide, like so much. I also got it because I needed hazard removal. I always forget. Not this time. So Defogger. They got rid of it on Rotom. I had to get it somewhere. Sheer Force Life Orb. Massive. Tinted Lens. Bulky Terra. Leftovers setup. It's got Roost. Excellent. Next up. Quagsire. Another Terra Captain. Just because I had the ability to add him as a Terra Captain. He's got great typing, as is. I can opt... I think Grass is one of the other types I chose for Quagsire. I think I went Ground, Grass, Steel or something. I can find that by going to here. What do I do? Ground, Fairy, Steel. No Grass. I'm a little surprised. But we've got our Quagsire here. I went for this. Even though I've got two water types. I've got the Azumarill. I've got the Quagsire. But I always, I always say this, that water is never a bad type to double up on. And I've done that here. So, not Grass. Get out of here. Steel. And also, check out this type spread matchup very quickly. This is another reason I went Quagsire. Look at that Grass weakness. Then look at the rest of the team. Everything except for two things resists Grass or is immune to it. Obviously, I'm not running Sap Sipper or Azumarill. Could run Sap Sipper, Hizui, and Gudra, but it just synergizes so well defensively with the rest of the team. Even though it's got so-ish stats. I think it and Clefable are the only two Pokemon to ever have been an OU in any generation, maybe any modern generation, that don't have a stat over 100. Clefable is the same way if you look at Clef. Look, nothing over 100. So, next up. No. Darn it. Get a little sick if you can't tell. It's a bummer. Next up, Frostlass. I wanted some speed control. I have one fast Pokemon, but I was realizing my next fastest at this point was 90. I had a Meloetta at the time. I did some trades, but I needed some speed, so I went for Frostlass. Got my Ice type, my Ghost type. It's super great. I love that they gave it Poltergeist and they gave it Triple Axle. It can now be a functional physical attacker if you want it. It's really what's it called? Versatile. Great in that way. Cursed Body is one of the nicest luxury abilities to have because it's just you don't plan on it, but then you get it and it's oh, well, sick. I guess I'll run with this. What else does this thing have? I think it's got screens. Yep, screens. Spikes. Could be spikes. I love the fast taunt. Switcheroo is a fun thing. Got Trailblaze, shouldn't need it. Trick is... Oh, Switcheroo and Trick. I could run both. Just kidding. Will-O-Wisp, fun. Good Pokemon. I opted out of using this as a Terra Captain. Just doesn't need it. I could have used offensive Terra type on it, like Poltergeist, Terra Ghost or something, but wasn't necessary. I don't think it needs it. Next up, I was doing some trades, and I traded away my Meloetta and a different Pokemon that I don't remember anymore, and secured Landorus Incarnate. This thing is Sheer Force legal. Sheer Force is legal on this, which is wild. You can look right here. I was surprised too. Honestly, it's funny because Season 1 of this draft league, I drafted Landorus Incarnate, but Sheer Force was not legal, so I drafted it with Tyranitar, had a Sandforce type thing going on. But yeah, it's right, what was it, 18? Yeah, right here, nothing about Sheer Force. We're going Sheer Force Landorus. They buffed this thing through the roof in this generation as well. They gave it, you've got Earth Power. I could even go for no, I'm never going to be doing Sensor Storm. Got Earth Power for special. You've got physical movesets with Crunch and Earthquake and Rock Slide. It's got fighting coverage, both special and physical. They gave it Nasty Plot. That's busted. Nasty Plot, Sheer Force, Life Orb, EP, Sludge Wave. Nothing can take that. Nothing. Well, this can't hit Skarmory, but nothing except Skarmory can take that. I don't know. I'll throw on Focus Blast or something. It's an amazing Pokemon. Its speed stat of 101 is like not super fast, but it's like very comfortably faster than the base 100s, which is super fun. Last up, I needed to pick up a 1-pointer because of how expensive Landorus was, and I nabbed Charjabug, which is an amazing Pokemon. Amazing. It's amazing in my less than 415 base stat total league, and it's amazing here with Eviolite, super bulky, really min-max stats. If you like ignore the 55 and the 36, you look at these stats and it's like, oh, that's a Quagsire level stats. Not really. HPs count though. But main reason I picked it is sticky webs. Access to webs. It's also got nice Volt Switch. We've got Lunge. I don't know if they gave this anything new in the DLC. I can Dry Pass in this. Baton Pass is allowed. This is one of my Terra Captains, basically by technicality. I'm never going to be tearing it, but Ghost, I guess, dodges Fake Out. Yeah, I don't think they gave it anything too big to speak of. I think Struggle Bug's a little underrated. But yeah, that's our thing. This is the type matchup. I'm super excited to use some Pokemon I've never used before, like the 2 Hisuian forms, and great defensive stuff. I guess this is technically a Hisuian form as well. Not technically, but sort of. But yeah, that'll do it for this. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm super excited to be getting back to y'all with some more Pokemon draft content. Have a great day. See you guys soon.